In October 2025, we followed our dream of hiring a camper van and spending 6 weeks walking, cycling, and simply enjoying the beautiful country of Japan. We're going to share some of our highlights. First is hiking the Nakasendo Trail from Tsumago to Magome Juku. The trail originally connected Kyoto and Tokyo during the Edo-period that ran for 300 years between the early 1600s and late 1800s. Our day started in Tsumago, one of the post towns which has beautifully preserved buildings. We'd arrived early, so had plenty of time to explore, whilst there was nobody else around. It gave us a great insight into what this place would have been like at the height of the trade route. As we left the village, we were waved off by Tanuki, a delightful raccoon dog spirit, here in statue form, and a glorious straw horse. Somebody had spent hours making it. Then we picked up our signs and we were on our way along the track. The well-marked trail took us over gravel paths and along roads through pretty hamlets. We passed ryokans, traditional village inns with the bedding hung out to air in the morning sun. Just enjoying the peace of the bamboo forests and the beauty of the wild flowers that grew to either side of the path. It really was a stunning walk. As we climbed, we passed little shrines, this one to the black cows that used to carry the heavy loads up these steep slopes to the Magome Pass. They were quite steep in places. But we still did it with a smile on our face. Then we came to the Otaki and Mataki Falls, the male and female, two falls opposite each other, associated with the legend of a tragic love story between a samurai warrior and a commoner girl. Hard to believe it's such a tranquil place now. There is also another legend associated with a golden rooster, which to be honest sounded much more fun. Then on past the cedar tree that started as two trees separately that have grown together over time. And we carried on alongside the river on our way through the woodland. There's such a wonderful piece about being amongst a bamboo forest. Just the sound of the wind rustling the leaves at the top of these majestic stems. We paid our respects at a little shrine at the side of the road and took a moment for a snack too. We definitely earned it by this point. And 8 kilometres after leaving Tsumago, we were arriving in Magome. What a view!
What was the walk like, Julie?
Oh, it's been glorious. It's been through woodlands, waterfalls, it's been well signposted. It's hilly, but it's actually really lovely, particularly through the bamboo woodlands, and just amazing. But we're about 300 metres now from the town, so we'll go there.
Magome is described as one of the jewels in the crown of the Nakasendo Trail, and the minute we arrived it was easy to see why. The cobbled paths, immaculately kept gardens, and the constant sound of water running through the street. It was definitely worth the walk. We could have stayed here for hours, but we had still to walk back all the way to Tsumago. So we took heed of the bear signs, jangled our bear bells, and set off back along the route. The little tea house was a lot busier on the way back, and the sign filled with flags drawn by people who'd visited that day. The autumn colours were coming too. It had proved to be the perfect walk. In total we covered about 16 kilometres as we'd walked there and back. You can do it simply one way. There's lots of luggage transfer services to help you take your luggage from one town to the other, and a lot of people seem to be using that. Wandering back into the quiet streets of Tsumago gave us a moment to reflect on what a superb day it had been. Sometimes the simplest days are simply the best. And finishing with a chestnut ice cream. Delicious. But then we carried on, heading back to Magome because we'd liked it so much, found a park up for the night and spent the evening exploring the town as the sun set. We hope you've enjoyed our little day out. Follow us for more.